Hey guys, welcome back to some more Motorsport Manager and part 9 of Season 3 of our Force India career in the Ice mod, and today we have the 9th Grand Prix of the season if it's part 9 at Britain in the Guildford Grand Prix. In the last episode there was big drama, and if you didn't see it, Fernando Alonso, championship leader, crashed out of the race and Perez took advantage, finishing second, and is now only 9 points behind Fernando in the championship lead. I can't believe I'm saying that. We're still a race ahead of the likes of Raikkonen and Giovinazzi and Verstappen and Kvyat and all those, which is absolutely crazy. Since the last episode, I've offered some new contracts to Fernando Alonso and Sergio Perez. Just basically making Fernando number 1 and Perez number 2, because Fernando's been the better of the drivers the last couple of seasons, to be honest. And looking at that, Perez is a little bit quicker in qualifying, but overall you can see that Fernando is having a better season. Car wise, we've got some new parts. We've got a new front wing and some of the new components, and we're also in the process of designing a new gearbox, because that is where we're severely lacking in the championship. You know, we're 7th on the gearbox rating, and we'd certainly like to improve that and get it up into the sort of top half, if you like. We sort of need to improve the front wing as well, but we'll just have to see. Everything else is looking fairly average. But yeah, let's just get into it. Certainly going to be an interesting weekend. Hopefully Fernando can score points this time. He's under pressure for the first time this season, really. You know, he's been very, very consistent this season, and that's why he's in the position he's in. But for the first time, really, him and Perez are going toe to toe, and certainly looking like a hot championship battle is going to be on the cards. But we'll certainly see how it goes. We'll simulate the practice as we always do. I think we're going to simulate Q1 as well, just because I think I'm pretty confident that we can get both cars through, although looking at the practice performance, maybe not. I don't quite know why we're going so slow. We've now put on the soft tyres, so hopefully Fernando will be able to improve, although it looks like he's doing some sort of race trim. We're not going to quite manage to get the soft tyres to where they need to be. Oh, the super soft tyres are the ones that we wanted, though. That's really sad, actually. Never mind. That's what you get for not doing practice, I guess. But oh, it's raining. That's interesting. So we'll do that just in case, and we'll do that. Yeah, why not? So yeah, he's got that into the perfect window, which is good to see. Yeah, I think he just wants a bit more of that. I think that might be just about perfect for Checo and for Fernando. We'll go for that and sort of sort this out a little bit. Go 26.5. Move that up just a little bit and move that there. And yeah, it should be a good car for Fernando. We'll send him out there and we'll see how they do in Q1. They should be fine, hopefully. Although it is changeable conditions, so you never know what can happen. Alonso is currently the man that's out there. Come on, get out there, son. Is Alonso going to manage to get through? He is. And he goes quickest on the intermediate tyres. Wow. What a lap that was from Fernando. But yeah, that's a big shock in that session. Hamilton nearly went out, but Senna did go out. Verstappen, Pagenaude, Vettel and Kvyat also going out. So that was quite a tense session, and Fernando putting in that brilliant lap towards the end. I don't know what the... Should we do it? Let's just do it and see what happens. We'll live and die by our mistakes. Gone out there, 7th and 8th, that's not too bad. We should be comfortably getting through in Q2, to be perfectly honest with you. And that is Q2 finished, and we're through in 7th and 8th. Was there any shocks? I don't think there was. I think Gasly went out, which you would expect anyway. Julian Palmer, but yeah, most of them what you would expect to go out. And yeah, let's get into Q3 then. And it is bright sunshine now. Fernando's car looking a little bit better. And let's just stick a little bit more front wing on him. Go like that. And maybe that. Send him straight out there. And Perez is fairly happy with the car, but I think that means he needs it somewhere there and there. I think that's going to be good for Checo, so we'll send him straight out there as well. So they're both going out. Championship leaders, of course. Championship battle is hotting up. And both through at the top 10, which is all we could have really asked for at the start of the day. We had a bit of a panic in Q1 with Alonso being slowest of all the drivers until that very last lap, where he put in the fastest lap. But since then, they've finished 7th and 8th in the last session. It'll be interesting how they get on now. Alonso's got his car into an okay window, not the perfect one, but we'll see how they do through the first sector. Ricciardo goes quickest. Alonso only a couple of tenths down, well, 4 tenths down on Hamilton's time now. Perez is a couple of tenths down on Alonso's time. So Alonso about a second off Hamilton, and he's coming through now. So Alonso goes second, which now becomes third. Perez 4 tenths behind him. That's disappointing. And 1.5 seconds off the pace isn't our usual gig. Hulkenberg a bit slower than Alonso in the first and second sector. It'll be interesting to see where he goes through the third sector. He's been a bit of a problem this season, Hulkenberg, at times, and he comes through and he splits us, so he goes 6th at the moment. Raikkonen is obviously going to go quicker than Alonso. What about Castroneves? Can he go quicker? He can, so he's gone 6th. So Alonso needs to find a couple of tenths if he's got any intentions of getting into the top 5. So he wants less front wing by the looks of that. Do we go for sort of that? The others are pretty much bob on where he wants them. So we'll send Alonso out. Hopefully he can find that couple of tenths of a second. Perez is happy enough with the car. I'm sure he can get in a better lap as well. So Alonso is out ahead of Kobayashi, but it looks like Perez will not be. Hopefully Alonso will be in clean air. I feel nervous about this. I want to get into that top 5 if we can. I want to compete with Williams, of course. So here comes Alonso, starting his lap now. Perez has got the car into the perfect window, by the way, so that is something of note. Williams have put on a fresh set of super soft tyres. Alonso has got a clean track. He has gone quicker in the first sector, not by much, but quicker nonetheless. What about the second sector? He's coming through now, and he is about a tenth up on his previous time. This would move him above Castroneves. Can Alonso improve? Where's Alonso going to go? Here he comes through to the line, and he goes 6th ahead of Castroneves. What about Perez? He goes 8th above Hulkenberg. So 6th and 8th at the moment. Would be very, very happy with that. Let's keep an eye on Castroneves and see if he can go quicker. He has gone quicker in Sector 1. Not as quick as Fernando in Sector 1, but it was Sector 2 and 3 where the Williams were making up their time before. He's coming through Sector 2, he's slower, so I don't think Castroneves is going to quite have enough to get ahead of Alonso, and we'll just confirm that now. Yes, he hasn't improved, so let's keep an eye on Ricciardo. He's improving at the moment. It'll be interesting to see how close to pole he can get. It looks like he's going to go second. Here comes Ricciardo. He does go second. 6/10 off Lewis Hamilton, who's at his home Grand Prix, so of course he's going to take pole position yet again this season. But we know that the Mercedes' reliability is atrocious, so Senna at the back, Hamilton at the front, two Mercedes sandwiching the field, and it'll certainly be interesting to see if Hamilton can actually go on and convert this into a victory. It would certainly help us in the championship if Hamilton starts winning some races, because he's pretty much already out of the fight anyway. Yeah, so there you go. 6th and 8th for us. Hamilton on pole. That's all you really need to know. Getting into the race. Let's have a look at the forecast. Can't see any rain on the horizon, so that's good. And we will get choice of tyres, I believe. So that's certainly something interesting. It is unlocked, so can we see? Yeah, so some people have went on to the soft tyres. Definitely interesting. I think I'm going to put Perez on the mediums. In fact, I think I'm going to put both of them on the mediums. I think that's the best option right now, is just to run them as long into the race as I can, and see what we can do. So change these to medium, and do that, and let's get into it. So most people starting on the super softs. Williams have gone on to the softs. We're going to start on the mediums. So it's certainly split strategy, and that's what you get with the 3 tyre compounds. Lights out, away we go. Alonso off to a brilliant start off the line, and hopefully he'll be able to make up a few positions on this first lap. We'll keep an eye on him as we run through the first sector. He's having a little look at the Ferrari. What a move from Fernando Alonso. 3 in 1 corner for him. And, well, Giovinazzi, Ricciardo and Raikkonen left in the wake of Fernando Alonso. For some reason the camera angle is really weird here, and it's difficult to keep track. But Alonso obviously on the slower tyre, so we're not expecting him to stay in front of these people. If he does, that's absolutely terrific, but I don't think he will. Perez down to 10th meanwhile, although he's just made a position on Palmer for 9th place, and he's come around the outside of Kobayashi for 8th now. Here he comes up on Castroneves, up to 7th now, so Perez making some headway, and he's going to go down to medium. Alonso is in 2nd position. He's well ahead of Giovinazzi, but he probably will start to catch up now that Alonso starts to look after his tyres. We'll move on to 2-speed. I think that's Senna behind. Senna has made a brilliant start. He's up to 10th, and he's probably going to make a pass on Perez for 9th. Not quite. Alonso down to 3rd now. He's behind Giovinazzi. And Raikkonen is making a move. Obviously these two are very much in the title fight as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on him. Ricciardo having a look now, but Alonso managing to hold him off for the moment. So here comes Fernando Alonso, but Ricciardo makes the move around the outside. Bottas is now the next in line to have a go at Fernando. We'll have a look at Perez. He's down to 9th now. He's been hounded by Castroneves, who's moved up to 9th. Bottas has moved up to 5th. So Alonso down to 6th. after that great start where he was in second. Alonso dropping down the field quite rapidly now, which isn't good. How's Hamilton doing? He's leading the race by sort of 7 seconds at the moment, which is really good. Giovinazzi is in second. Raikkonen is in third with Ricciardo in fourth. Bottas in fifth. Alonso chasing him in sixth with Kobayashi in seventh. Good race for him so far with Senna. Brilliant start for him. Started 20th, now up to 8th. Castroneves is in 9th and Sergio Perez is in 10th, hanging on to this last point just for the moment. Verstappen hounding him in 11th though, with Hulkenberg in 12th. Verstappen and Hulkenberg are making moves. Somebody's out. Oh, I thought somebody was out, maybe not. So Alonso up in 6th at the moment. The lead of the medium tyre people. He's down to 7th now though, it's not good to see. And Senna's going to make a move, is he? Yep, so Alonso down to 8th. Maybe we made the wrong call putting them both on medium tyres. I didn't think that the deficit would be this much, to be quite honest with you. He's having a look, but not really making much headway. Perez in 11th, not too far behind Alonso. And this strategy doesn't really work if Hamilton can get a pit stop over him, so I don't think we're racing Hamilton today though. I think he's off into the distance, and as long as he keeps the reliability of the car, I think he'll be absolutely fine for winning this Grand Prix. Raikkonen in second now. He's moved ahead of Giovinazzi, who's coming into the pits at the end of this lap, so it'll be interesting to see where they come out with regards to Fernando. I mean, we've only got 5 laps to go here, so I guess the zero-stop strategy is very much on. So here come Raikkonen and Giovinazzi into the pits. Alonso, well, Raikkonen's out. Giovinazzi is out not far behind him. Perez up to 10th now. But Alonso in 4th, being hounded by Bruno Senna, who's going to be coming into the pits soon. Alonso's got the best tyres of the top 8 at the moment, so it'll be interesting to see if we can hang on to this position here and just keep going. Perez is going to move on to high engine usage. He's up to 7th. He has got a Ferrari just behind him though, in the form of Giovinazzi. Raikkonen actually is up to 5th now. He's made a few positions, and surely he's going to catch Fernando. Well, yeah, he will do. I'm sure of it. So maybe the one stop out on the super soft tyres would have been the best option in hindsight. So Raikkonen moves into the lead of the Grand Prix. Alonso in second, with Verstappen in third. And Giovinazzi is now up to 4th, so yeah, we could lose out to our title rivals here, but it's about getting as many points as possible, and with only 2 laps to go after this, I think our tyres will last till the end, and we'll hopefully manage to hang on to hopefully second. You know, we've got Verstappen right behind us on similar tyres, so you know, it's a battle of sort of wits between Alonso and Verstappen, but Kimi Raikkonen on course to win his 4th Grand Prix in a row, I think. We'll check that at the end. Verstappen now having a look at Alonso. Gonna have to go a bit more attacking. We might actually go overtake. Try and use the engine a little bit more, because we're on to the final lap now. Yeah. So what happened to Hamilton? Yeah, reliability problems again, I guess. Real shame. You know, he was dominating this Grand Prix. Can Alonso get his podium here? It will be a really good result. He's coming through now, and he does finish 3rd. That's a terrific result. Perez finishes in 6th. Good result for him as well, but Raikkonen wins another Grand Prix this year. He's on a roll, is the old man at Ferrari. Ricciardo in 2nd, good result for Red Bull. and Alonso in third for us. Giovinazzi finishes 4th with Verstappen in 5th. Perez is 6th. Good 6th for us, I think. He had a poor start and was on the back foot really, but 7 seconds behind Alonso, not too bad at all. So there we go. Bottas 7th, Senna 8th. Good recovery drive from him. Castroneves in 9th, and Paganord a brilliant 10th for Team Penske. And anybody being penalised at all? Doesn't look like it. Nobody's in the game for breaking the rules anymore. So let's see what that's done to the championship. Fernando Alonso increases his lead over Sergio Perez to 16 points, but Kimi Raikkonen gets within the race victory now. He's 17 points behind Alonso, and the roll he's on, who's going to stop him? The lead's being reduced in the constructors as well. We are starting to lose ground now to the bigger teams, especially Ferrari, who seem to have cracked their reliability now, which is a bit of a shame because sorry, I was just reading a cricket notification there. So yeah, Ferrari are going to win this championship. But we're going to try and hang on to the coattails and pick up anything that they lose. So let's just have a look and see how many races in a row Kimi Raikkonen has actually won. Because if he has won 4 in a row, that's... well, he's won 3 in a row now. And he had a couple of good finishes early on in the season. So Kimi Raikkonen is the man to watch. The Iceman. I mean, look at all those. Rival with driver, which... I would never have that idiot Valtteri Bottas as a teammate. It's team orders. I don't think that's necessarily true. Let's have an interview. Anyway, so there's the championship then. We're 16 points ahead of Perez, and, well, you know, he's our teammate, so... or one of our team members, I should say. This team isn't Fernando Alonso, as much as he might think it is. If Perez goes ahead of him in the championship, he'll get the better parts. It's as simple as that. But Alonso's the man that's getting the results at the moment, and if it wasn't for that crash in the last race, I think he'd still be well ahead in the championship, because he'd have finished in the points that race. And just look at the consistency: 3rd, 2nd, 1st, 2nd, 4th, 8th, 4th, 3rd. Apart from that DNF there, that's why he's leading the championship at the moment, and long may it continue. So if you've enjoyed that, make sure you leave a like. It really does mean a lot for me and for the channel, and hopefully you guys are having a great day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.